Gracie, put this in the field. Got it.
Me and Grandpa can share this.
Grandpa don't drink soda. In fact, I really don't drink soda either. Yeah, I do. What am I saying? Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you.
That's what I was gonna get. I was gonna get those Cinnabon things. Little donut thingies.
You might like them.
You too, thank you.
Man, they do the work quick.
How they do?
They make it quick.
What'd you get?
I got,
That's all you got in it.
it has vanilla in it. Dr. Pepper, I forgot.
Did your brain catch on fire?
What?
Did your brain catch on fire?
I don't know.
You don't know if your brain caught on fire?
No.
My name's Gracie. My brain has caught fire.
Yes, I caught fire. Instead of burning on fire, caught fire.
That song, man. I guess some good music. So, wood spike. Then we'll go over to AutoZone. Emergency broadcast? That's emergency broadcast.
So you're gonna need some help. Would you kindly leave AutoZone? We'll take care of the parts and advice.
In fact, we find out that in the Chicago area alone, over the weekend, and individuals like Mark Kirk are speaking out against this, Republican of Illinois. Apparently, the original group of 748 kids that have been transferred from areas near the border to the Chicago area, 319 have been placed with family members or sponsors while they await an immigration hearing. The other 429, Mike Barone writes today, have been placed in facilities run by a group called the Heartland Alliance. Well, that sounds nice, the Heartland Alliance. I mean, the Heartland, that must be a conservative group, right? It must be a terrific group. Great. Private sector stepping in. We don't want the government to spend money, right? Wrong. A nonprofit organization that receives grants from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. We're now learning about how the nests of all these, quote, philanthropic groups have been feathered heavily by you, the U.S. taxpayers, to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars each fiscal year. Now these groups are having to step up. Okay, we gave you this money. Yeah, there are strings attached. You take 300 of these kids. Senator Mark Kirk of Illinois complains that state officials don't have enough information about the situation. These detention facilities should be completely open to the press and to the American people so that we know what the conditions are, and we should be able to talk to the kids who are there, he told Fox. Nebraska faces a similar situation. I found out in the last 48 hours that approximately 200 illegal individuals have been transported to Nebraska by the federal government, said Nebraska Governor Dave Hendon. Told Politico, the federal government is complicit in a secret operation to transfer illegal individuals to my state, and they won't tell us who they are. And you wonder why these people across this country are raising their voices, and now, perhaps for the first time in the last 5 years, there is a crack in the African-American support of this administration. Sometimes it takes a crisis for people to see the truth. And I'm not saying it's going to be the majority of African Americans are suddenly going to vote R. No, I'm not saying that. But with the right Republican leadership, you could actually make some real headway here and grow the conservative movement in a really positive way.
Mr. President, we're asking for you. You're spending billions of dollars in Texas, but we got a problem here in Chicago. We will not stand by this here and keep letting this senseless killing and shooting happening in our community.
Well, we don't know what's happening with the 16, 17-year-olds who are also part of the youth, the illegal immigrant youth. To listen to some of these media accounts, everyone's 3 years old crossing the border. But then when they show the photos, the photos where you blur people's faces, how do they get privacy rights when they break into our country illegally? Why are these people entitled to privacy rights? They walk and basically jump into the arms of our border patrol, and then we have to be concerned. Well, you gotta blur their faces. What? Why are we blurring their faces? This is all wrong. We have no privacy as American citizens. The federal government...
Stay night, tomorrow night.
The federal government is watching every keystroke on the computer, on the cell phone, text messaging, Facebook, all the rest. We have no privacy any longer when it comes when we're American citizens, legal immigrants. But the illegal immigrants crossing the border, they get secret transport to parts unknown inside the United States, and they get their faces blurred. By the way, a whopper of an immigration sob story on the cover of the Washington Post newspaper today. We'll get to it later. In more concerns about to whom these young people, these young illegal immigrants, are being transferred. What about the Heartland Institute? Does the word Heartland really describe what's going on within that organization? We have information for you. Larry Kudlow will debate me on this subject. He was apparently attacking me a few weeks ago on his radio show, and Larry's an old friend. I actually like Larry a lot. He was attacking my position. People think, oh, are you mad? Why would I be mad? Bring it. I turned Larry around on China trade. I'll turn him around on this. Don't go away.
You're going down, baby, baby.
It's been a long time coming, but change has come to America.
Hey, Rabbit.
With the president
Watch out, Rabbit.
setting aside all of these funds for immigrants
Get out of my garden.
and forsaken African American community and African American families, I think that's a disgrace.
So now next thing we're going to do, we're going to get Spiky. And we are going to then take Spiky to the... Go ahead and give Grandpa a big hug and kiss.